problem.
Tennessee State head coach Eddie George, the Tigers pulled off their first win. It was their home opener against Kentucky State this last week. Now they're going to get a taste of OVC action. First OVC game at Southeast Missouri on Saturday. So, Coach, just some thoughts about your team, and then we'll go into some questions.
Yeah, really excited that they were able to pull off the victory against Kentucky State. They offered us some challenges, given the triple option, the short week or a full week of preparing for that offense. They run a tight ship in terms of what they do. They were very disciplined. We took advantage of a lot of different things offensively. I felt like it was the first time our offense had a chance to get on track for Hickbottom to play a full game, just finding his rhythm, knocking off the rust, finding out, what some of our athletes can do in space and really just trying to create our identity offensively. Defensively, I think Brandon put together a beautiful game plan for our defense, gave up less than 100 yards through 3 quarters of football. It's up into the last drive, was pitching the shutout. So defensively, really made some strides there. Special teams wise, we're sound special teams. We had the block punt last week. So really excited about that. And just gave our guys a sense of confidence of what we can become if we do things right. Now looking forward to SEMO this week. Offers a bit of a challenge for us. They are an active front. They don't quit. Yes, they're 0-3, but they don't play like an 0-3 team. They're very disciplined. They play extremely hard. And it's going to take a great effort on our behalf and for us to be a sound, disciplined football team and not turn the ball over to have a chance to win this ball game.
Thanks, Coach. Mike, if you'd like to go ahead with your questions, you can start.
Yeah, Eddie, how much, the obvious question is how much better does it feel going into the momentous conference play coming off of a win rather than going in 0-2 or 0-3? And what's the confidence level on the team at this point?
Well, anytime you win is a good feeling, no matter who you play or how you win. You can win by 1, you can win by 40, it doesn't matter. It feels good. It lets you know that the hard work is paying off. From the confidence standpoint, yeah, it gives a jolt in our confidence, but we understand that this is just the beginning. This is not, we haven't arrived. It doesn't mean we just roll our helmet out there and it happens. We still have a lot of work to do and improvement in a lot of areas. I told our guys that improvement is a daily commitment. And this is not something where we improve 1 week, we get the win and we lax up. I think we double down on everything else in terms of what we do, how we prepare, how we practice, our responsibilities, paying attention to the details, the little things that allowed us to get the win, and that we want to create this culture of accountability and working hard and not beating ourselves, and the scoreboard will take care of itself. So, that's kind of where we are with that. I think it really helps going into conference play, saying, hey, we're improving week to week, and that's what we want to do.
You said in the preseason and when you became the coach that you wanted to see balance on offense, run heavy but balance. Was this a snapshot of exactly what you want to see, a quarterback that threw for 242 yards or 240 yards and a running back that rushed for 140 yards, right in that area?
Yeah, I think that's what we like to see. We're not one-dimensional. We don't rely on one thing. We try to do all things well. Clearly, we want to run to win and pass to score. Sets it up. We want to be a weatherproof offense, especially when you get in the back half of the season when it gets a little chilly outside and the weather's kind of unpredictable. We've got to be able to churn out hard yards, hard, violent yards, and be able to play championship football in October and November. I've always believed that. So yeah, that's what I wanted to see. We have the capability of doing that offensively.
Can you talk a little bit more about SEMO and what you expect from them on both sides of the ball?
Yeah, offensively, they're a power run team. They like to use their quarterback, use his legs. to get him involved very early in our running attack. I would expect them to kind of look at what Grambling State did against us with their quarterback runs, and we can see a little bit of that. They pride themselves off of physicality. Defensively, the same thing. I think they are, and last year that they were rated in the top 10 in terms of turnovers, red zone defense. They're a very good team at home. So I would expect them to come out with a heightened sense of urgency. I know where we were 2 weeks ago when we were winless, and I can imagine where they are after being winless. They don't look like a 0-3 team would look. They look very competitive. They look well coached, and they're itching to get a victory. So I expect a game where it's going to be a lot of emotions and a high level of intensity from both sides.
My last question is, of course, you were a phenomenal college player on the FBS Division I level back in those days, but I think, you're known more for being an NFL guy, and the FCS level has a playoff system that is more structured like the NFL. And of course, conference play is most important in that. Can you talk about whether you like the FCS setup with the kind of a true playoff system rather than just a top four?
Yeah, I do. I think it offers teams an opportunity to get a shot at the championship. Teams around the country. I mean, you talk about South Dakota, North Dakota, Richmond, James Madison University, Delaware, Sam Houston State. I mean, it's just a plethora of great teams at this level that are out there that can throw their name in the hat. Villanova, another one. So it offers you to play different teams outside of your conference that you wouldn't play otherwise, if you're lucky enough to get invited to the dance. So I kind of like it. It's exciting. It's really good football on this level. FCS football, I've really become a fan of the quality of play that's played in this conference.
Okay, I'm good, guys.
I got one more for you, Coach, and we'll end it. You talked about Hickbottom and him playing well. He found a lot of different receivers. Can you tell me about having a bunch of people that you don't have to depend on one? You can get the ball to several people to make plays for you.
Yeah, we when we looked at the roster, we looked at the skill position, especially our tight ends, and said, "Man, if we can figure out a way to get these guys the ball, we can kind of be pretty good. We just got to figure out what they can do." And that's what the system allows us to do, is to not focus on one guy, not to say, okay, it's Devon Sterling and Cam Weish. No, you got Fat Cat, you got VP, Vincent Perry. You got to worry about Trueheart and Rodell Rahman. You have guys that are coming off the bench as well, a receiver and running back. So we try to mix different guys, because we believe that if we can get the ball in their hands, it can make positive plays happen with the football. And we want to get them in space. And that was something that was hard for us to do early in the year because of the challenges with COVID and really just coming in as a new staff, trying to implement and compress everything, a spring, a winter, all into 3 weeks of installation and understanding the system. Was really tough to get a type of rhythm. So we're not there yet. We're still making strides to get to that place of, okay, we understand our offense and how do we grow from here. I would expect, we're trying to build and find a chemistry and build momentum into October and through November with what we're trying to do offensively. We can stay healthy.
Perfect, Coach. Thanks for your time this morning. Best of luck
Thank you.
Saturday. We'll talk to you again next week.
All right. Appreciate it.